guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp Limp. We're going to jump right back into some more Heroes of the Bitter Harvest. Obviously, we have a lot going on here. Got some firing, some shaking, some air combat actually getting ready to occur right now. So that's actually where we left off with the German Impulse. They have their Stuka here that's getting ready to come in. And I was reading over it and like just making sure I had everything on point when it came to the air combat. And I do. One thing with it is that I did change up that aspect, if you guys remember from the beginning of the series, where I wasn't doing small arms type combat, right? So machine guns firing at armored vehicles. Got our JU here, and as you can see, it gets to fire twice with its firepower. That red number is its like machine gun firepower, and then that 4 in the square is its HE, its bombs, right? So it is going to be dropping some bombs. You have to pick what direction it's coming in and trace its flight path. Doesn't make a huge difference for this game, right? What we got going on here, but it would if you had AA. Right, so if you had AA to fire at it, you have to trace out your flight path because they get a chance to basically up fire at them. So my thing of it is I'm like, okay, looking at this, what do I want to try to attack with the Stuka coming in? And we definitely want to go after the best tanks that the Soviets have, my guys have. So I figured the flight path would be in like this. So a laser right there, creating a line, and he's just going to come in. He's trying to hit the one here at the top that has the leader and then continue on by. There's that little hill there with that shaken KV-1C on that little hill. And I was like, you know what? That will work. We're going to drop the bomb here on the first KV-1, try to take out the leader because that's the best attack. But I did say I was going to let them use the cannons to fire at them. They can't get anything more than a shaken result, but we already have a shaken result on this KV-1 on this little hill. So if they get another shaken result, that guy will be abandoned, right? So that tank will abandon. So they can potentially take out both. So essentially, he's going to come in this direction and just fly in a straight path. Now, technically, he could fire that machine gun twice, but I'm not letting him get the second attack off because he's doing basically one flat run. And I don't think it works thematically. That, you know, he drops the bomb there and then machine guns here and then like turns. Like, no, that's not going to work. So he gets one machine gun shot here, one bomb shot here on the first one. The bomb shot force is pretty easy. It's just a contested roll like we've been doing with the ordnance, except instead of penetration, it's the bomb value, the HE value. So the Germans are going to get an HE value of 4 on this first attack, this first bomb coming in, and the KV-1C gets to use its weakest armor value, which is going to be a 5 for this attack. All right, not too bad. KV-1s have good armor, so it's still in their advantage. But if the bomb succeeds, they can potentially take out this KV-1 with the leader in one hit. That'll work. The second attack, I am going to treat it just like regular small arms at a armored target. So they'll do one contested roll, and then there's like a second contested roll that happens. We'll have to see if that actually pans out. But they, in essence, have to succeed a couple times and then fail a morale check for that attack to go through. But let's do our bomb first, because that's the first one that he's going to run into. So we will grab our dice here and just conduct it. The red dice gets +5 added to it, and the Germans get a +4 for that. Nothing else is going to be added. There is no terrain modifier that's going to affect it. So we just get to roll out. All right. Can the KV-1C survive? And rolling for it. Oh, no, he does not survive. He is turned into a wreck. No, this is going to make a huge difference on them. Damn, do I even have any wrecked markers left? I don't think I have any wrecked markers left. All right, I think I'm out of wrecked markers. I'm not seeing any more rubble or wrecks in there. We've had a lot of vehicles getting wrecked. I think I might have some more in the box, but I'm not going to worry about digging them out. We'll just grab a replacement counter here, something close enough. A little fire marker that we will use as a reminder that that tank has been destroyed. Damn, That is sad. Now this one is going to continue on his flight path, and he's going to conduct his machine gun fire at the second KV-1. And this is going to make a difference because the Soviets could end up losing their 2 best tanks in one go here. That's going to make a huge swing because the Soviets were raffle stomping the Germans up until this point. Okay, so I got my little rule book sitting here to make sure I do this one right because the second one's a little different. They're doing the opposed die roll. They're doing 1d6 plus their firepower plus any die roll modifiers, which I don't think we're going to have any affecting this. And they get to use their weakest armor. So it's a 2 plus the d6. And then for the Soviets, they're getting 5 for their weakest armor plus the d6 roll. Where did I put my dicers here? So the Germans have to win this one pretty hard if they are going to come out on top. But then there's a damage check afterwards if they succeed at this roll. Now, they would get a terrain modifier, but it's clear, it's open terrain, it's just a hill. So if anything, that makes him even more likely to get hit because he's kind of propped up there on the hill to get shot at. So no terrain modifier. So it's it's 5 added to the D6, the red one, and just a 2 added to the gray one since their firepower is not that high for that Stuka. Now, again, normally this would come into factor with the open, the buttoned type thing. Again, I'm not using it with this specific game just because I don't have any infantry that are involved. But normally that's how you would be doing this. So let's roll for them, see what they're going to get. Oh, no, they definitely came out top. That's 7 to 8. Oh, it's close. It's close. But no cigar. So they do not achieve victory on that one. That is sad for them. They almost got him, but they did get their leader. So the Stuka finishes out, flies out with his bombing run there. Did a good job, though. He did a good job. He was able to hurt them pretty well, taking out one of the KVCs and the leader. So no bonuses for them. Now we're going back to impulse for the Soviets. All right, so I was able to find an extra rec marker that we'll switch out, throw up here, but I think I've got some counters, the bigger rec marker counters that come with the game, but I don't know. They might be in the box, so I'll have to dig those out on the next video, but I have one other rec counter left. All right, for the Soviets, let's see. He's shaking, he's already fired. He's too far back to fire, which means the only shots I have left are this one and this one. And I don't believe they have lines of sight. Okay, they're still far back. Maybe over here. At first I was thinking his line of sight's blocked. Let's see if we count that out. That 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It'd be close. Let's see here. If we trace that out. Yeah, he does have a line of sight over there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Even if we do count the shadow, right, going the farther link past these buildings, he would still be able to squeeze off a hit against this guy. But this one's in rubble, so he's going to get that +3 on that defense. But we'll take our shot. We will take our shot because this one is one of the Panzer IVs. I think it's a Panzer IV-G, if I remember right. Is that Panzer IV-G? Where's that? Panzer IV-G. Yes, that's one of their better vehicles. And he's got an acquiring, so he'll get a better shot if he survives. We definitely don't want him to survive. So let's grab our dice. I'm going to use my blue ones. All right, so we will use red for the Soviets. We use blue for the Germans. Germans are getting to add a 3 to this. And he's definitely not within 6. Oh, damn. He's only going to hit on a 3 or under. Yeah, 3 or under. Damn. You need to start getting some acquiring bonuses because it's hard to get these shots off on a 2d6 roll. But let's see if he can get it. No, definitely not. Damn, got one of the ones. But we'll give him his acquiring marker so we remember that he's acquiring. I'm trying to kind of set these separate So I remember which one's going to which. So he's targeting there, he's targeting there. And next time he fires at that specific tank, he'll get his bonus. All right, the rest of this should be rather straightforward since the Germans have already done their Stuka, their one Stuka attack. We're not going to have to worry about the rest of that, so it should just be moving forward and attacking. They don't have any offboard artillery. AEO, closest to ops complete player unit. There is no ops complete. There's just ones with fired markers. Mounted in vehicle closest to victory condition. Player unit with action marker move towards. Okay, so yeah, move towards, and probably do that as an assault move. Have them attack as well. No reason not to. Let's see, how can we get them into the best possible defensive position? Because we got rubble. And I remembered in the previous video, I mentioned that I actually did that one wrong because I gave him the German tank too many movement points, more than he should have had, but it's all right. He got killed anyway, so he died for his troubles. If I can get him over into the wreck, that would give him a line of sight going on to that one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, he could get a shot there. That'd be a Panzer 3. There's a Panzer 4, Panzer 4, Panzer 3 left. If I move these guys, they can get op fired against by this tank, but the op fire will end up taking away or give them a modifier to hit that'll make it even harder. Now, well, let's go with this Panzer 3. Get him into a defensible position. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And this is the one bad part about using the smaller maps, so it's easier to see, is the counters do start to stack up and make it to where it's harder to see it. So we'll move him to there. He's in the wreck marker. That gives him a 2 on the modifiers for defense. Not a 3 like the rubble gets, but he might be able to move up into that building on the next turn. But he is going to get a shot there trying to hit this guy. But that's 2 for the movement and 1 for the degrading, because it's tracing along that line of sight, along those building hexes right there. Now remember, that's the way I'm calling that. So Panzer 3 firing, definitely not at his closest range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's past 6. So 7 or under on a 2d6 roll, but he's getting the 2 and the 1 modifier, which means he is looking for, should be a 4 or under on this hit. And that means he will only hit on a 3, actually, because he's negating the hull hits. So that's not good for him. Has to be a turret shot. Wait, no. Turrets are even. So he'll hit on 2 or 4. 2 or 4 he'll hit. 3 is the hull hit. So 3 is negated. So 3 is even going to be a miss 4. All right, rolling in 2d6. Let's see if he gets this hit. No, absolutely does not. That is a complete whiff-haroo. I expected that. I just kind of wanted to get these Germans into positions to where they can have some defense against this open shots coming at them. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to move that T-70 forward, start taking some shots with them, because they're going to get messed up otherwise. Let's see. All right, I've got him left that I can activate, and I've got him left that yeah, he can fire straight down that road towards this one if I put him in that hex with that wreck and actually get him some defense. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get him into a position here. So 1, 2, he's going to move into this marker with the wreck, so he gets a little bit of defense to make it harder for him to get hit. And we'll turn him in this direction, have his shots going this way. That way he covers all the Germans. And he's going to fire down here at this Panzer 4. 2's getting, oh, God, rubble. That's 5. 5 getting taken away, because it's a hit number is what I'm talking about here. He's getting 2 added because of the movement and 3 added because of the rubble. And he's at a range of at least up to 10. So he's got a hit on a 6 or under on a 2d6 roll, which means he's only hitting on a 2. He's only hitting on Snake Eyes. Damn. Sorry, buddy. We got to take the chance, though. You miss all the shots you don't take. All right. Firing at him. And that one's cocked, but it doesn't matter because it's not Snake Eyes, so it's not going to hit. Don't have to worry about it. Complete whiffage. And see, that's the thing. Like, when it comes to this armored combat, I don't really care if it penetrates because at least you can likely get that shaken result if they fail their morale checks. Failing the morale check is a big deal. That way you can get the shot off later and try to take them out. Kind of like this KVC up here that's already shaken. Just hit him, right? Don't even have to kill him. Don't have to penetrate it, but he's already shaken. That way, potentially later, we can try to get another shaken result, cause him to become abandoned. All right, that was my activation. Going back to the Jummans, they've got no one at threat range. They don't have any shaken units. Closest to a unit that just acted, fire. Well, he's the closest, so he's going to fire. He's going to have to move and fire. So we'll move him up 1. Now, here's the thing. I could op fire here, but I don't want to op fire with my last remaining tank, because if I do op fire with him, that's an even bigger penalty, and they're already so hard to hit since he's moving, all this other crap, so I'm not going to do it. Plus, he's in place, so there's a good chance he can survive. So we're just going to hold the op fire. I'll fire on him on my next activation so I don't get the op fire penalty, which means he is going to take the free shot up here. Oh, speaking of which, I got to do an acquiring marker there, so I don't forget who's acquiring who. He targeted this one. All right, now I'm going to have to stack these up because there's so many acquiring. So he's acquiring here, he's acquiring here, he's acquiring here, and now he's going to be acquiring here as well because he's firing at him, all trying to take out that KVC. All right, so he's getting the 2, and the KVC is not in place, so he's not getting any modifiers, just the 2 to hit. And the Panzer IV-F, where's the Panzer IV-F card? Is he's not within 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just one out. Just one out. Damn. Panzer IV-F does not have good stats for its gun, though. The gun is weak. He only can hit on the 5 or under, which means now he's only going to be able to hit on a 3 or under. Not good. All right, roll for. Now, doesn't even matter what the next one is because this was a 6. So 8, he is definitely whiffing. You suck. You suck, you suck, you suck. That's fine. And yes, they all should be getting assault move markers, but I'm not horribly worried about it because it's still fired. So I'm not horribly concerned. But he is getting the acquiring. That way he will get a -1 when firing at him. And I have to keep that in mind too, because this is going to matter on the next turn, right? They, when they're doing this, if they change their target, right, try to fire at a different tank, they lose that acquiring bonus. They would reacquire it on the new one. So if he wants that -1, he's going to have that shot going at the same tank. All right, now it's down to me, which means I've only got 1 tank left I can shoot with, which is going to go after this one here, because that is the closest. 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away with a T-34, which means closest. And that is a -8, but I do, or a 8 or under, rather not negative. But I think since he's moving, I am going to get a modifier on that. Yep. And this is where it actually does matter, because the moving does get them a +1 modifier, but most all of these guys have moved, so I know I should be giving it to them. So it's a +1, but that's actually not too bad. That means I can hit with a 7 or under. I can hit that tank. All right, let's take a shot. All right, can we take out this German tank? Go! No. Damn, that would hit too. That would hit. If it wasn't for that +1, because he did just move. takes him from an 8 to a 9, so he does not get it. Damn. Damn. Actually, I should use different ones. If it's the Soviets firing down, I should use these other acquiring markers so I remember which is going to which, but yeah, not a huge deal. All right, so he's getting the acquiring going there. That is the last of my guys because all of my guys have now shot. Everyone who's left anyway, that one tank got taken out. So they've taken out 2. We're actually relatively close. They've taken out 2 and a leader, and I've taken out 3. So they have more tanks. It's still anyone's game, but it really depends on what shots they get off. All right, we'll probably just roll this out real quick because they've only got 2 tanks left. It's just taking their shots, and they can do freebie shots, essentially. They've got a Panzer 4G and a Panzer 3J left to move forward. And right now, it's probably a best bet to still try to target that KV-1C, because if they can get the abandoned result, that's crucial. That will leave me only 3 good tanks and 1 okay one. But at least the 4 tanks I have left would all be in semi-defensible positions. He's here with a wreck, and then these guys are emplaced, which would make them very hard to dig out. All right, we'll take the shot first with the Panzer 3J. He's going to move forward. He is going to fire. He's doing an assault move. That means he's getting 2 added, and he's targeting the KV-1C up here. See if he can hit him. Panzer 3J. Is he within the 6 X's? Is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just 6 X's, which means it's 9 or under. It's going to be 7 or under with modifiers for him to get this hit. Okay, big boy. Can you get it? Oh, he definitely got it. Oh, he got snake eyes. Oh, he hurt. No. Tell me a Panzer 3J is going to kill a KV-1. Tell me it's going to happen. Okay. Damn. That gives him a penetration value of 4 at this range. 4 against 7. Because that KV-1 still has frontal armor 7. So red die gets to add 7. KV or the Panzer 3 gets to add 4 to his penetration. He can potentially destroy this guy, but even if he misses, even if he whiffs on the penetration, KV-1 still has to survive a morale check. Otherwise, he's dead. So this is going to be a big moment. All right. Does he penetrate? Does he get left? No. Wait, he does. Hold up. Let me do bad math. What is it? 7 is 10. 10, it equals. No, it equals. Equals is different. Where is it? Oh, I gotta find the right player aid here. Okay. So it still comes down to him having to do a morale check. This is big. He has to pass his morale check or he is done. No. Okay. Come on. Low roll. I do not want an abandoned KVC. Come on. KV-1. Oh, God. He failed that horribly. God, you suck. Oh, you suck. God, you're horrible. All right. You suck. Damn. That's horrible. I love this little hill, but this thing is a pain in the ass to pull things off of because it touches there, so it kind of wants to swing. Oh, so bad. Oh, KV-1, we knew you, and you are now abandoned. Oh, that is so sad. He is a wreck marker now. All right, hold up. I got to figure out which ones of these go to which, because they're losing their acquiring markers. All right, so this E is coming off. He's no longer acquiring that, and I do believe it is this one. Yes, he's coming off. All right, I did switch it up to make it to where the counters, the acquiring markers, I'm using specific ones pointing down and then specific ones pointing up. That way I can keep track of that just a little bit easier. And now, sadly, most of the Germans lost their acquiring markers because they were targeting that KV-1 trying to take him out. And now he's gone. he is gone. I expected him to go with the airstrike, but that is no longer the case. So last, I got a pass. I got nothing left. Lost my big tanks. This last KV-1, or not KV-1, Panzer IV-G is going to move forward with Devin. Devin is going to come up and he is going to shoot. He is going to shoot at the T-70 there. He has to take him out. Come on, Devin. Can you do it, Mr. Heinkel? Yes, I'm going to call you Heinkel. Conducting his shot. Can he get it off? He's moving. He's adding 2 to it. But the Panzer IV has a decent gun. He's definitely within 7, so he's got the best chance. 7 or under on his range. Ooh. But has to be an even number for him to get the hit because any odds are ignored. All right. Can you get it? And odd. Odd. He did hit. Technically, he did hit, but it is ignored since he is emplaced. So, no shot for you, Mr. Devin. Or no joy for you, Mr. Devin. But he is getting the acquiring, and we will mark him with a fired marker. Cool, man. Cool. All right, that is the end of turn 2. We'll pick up the next video with the start of turn 3. And I got a feeling this one's going to end rather soon because now they're in punching range. They're definitely close quarters, just slinging lead back and forth at each other. And it's really going to be whether or not the Germans can get lucky enough to get hits off on those T-70s, because those T-70s are in a place where they can still hold out. Yeah, they might have lost their biggest and best armored guns, but here's the thing. With those 3 being in place, they're still good. There's very good chance they can survive this because half the hits that they take will be ignored flat out. But on the next video, none of these guys are going to be moving. None of my guys are going to be moving. So all those +2 modifiers going to be gone. So there's going to be a much greater chance for them to get hits. So I see a lot of shaken and abandoned results coming. We just have to see who loses the will to fight first. I'm thinking the emplacements are going to play a big role in this. Because while the Germans do have 2 extra tanks. Oh, and I forgot to give him his bonus. The leadership bonus. Oh, did that change it? Oh, I can't remember. That might have made a difference, but we're going to just go with it. Sorry, Devin. I might have cheated you, but if I did, you're going to have to eat it. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, this one's going to play out just depending on whether or not they can capitalize on the positions they're in now. Most of them are defensible. Sadly, the ones over here on the right are not defensible because this wheat is not going to give them any type of bonus. So they have to hope that the Soviets either miss their shots or don't target them. Oh, here's the thing though. Only the 2 farthest tanks, the Soviet tanks, are actually pointed in this direction. This one can fire at this tank or in this direction. Otherwise, he has to pivot his turret to fire, and that will get him a little bit of a modifier. Not huge. I think it's a +1 that gets added to his to hit roll, so it's not a huge deal. But it could end up swinging things not necessarily in their favor because both of these Soviet tanks are pointed this way versus this way. All right, but we'll have to see how that all plays out. You guys stay tuned. I anticipate this video going another video or 2, just depending on how much damage is accrued on the next one. All right, you guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and I forgot, they still got a little Panzer III-J just sitting down over here. Oh, yeah, it's not 6-4, it's 4-7. That is going to make a difference. There's this little fellow over here. And if I remember right, he took out one of the T-70s. So he could end up being pivotal as well. All right, you guys stay tuned.